Hey there guys, I am the Six Machine and welcome back to another Warhammer video. Just a very quick one with the Sunday previews today, in very quick succession following on from the Admech Codex release. The Sisters of Battle Codex is going up for pre-order next weekend. This is really good news, not only for all you Sisters players, but also for the rest of us 40k fans as well. It definitely seems like GW are trying to rapidly put out a good few codexes almost back to back in an effort to help them keep up to date, or catch up should I say, with their schedule. As we saw from an earlier chapter approved article, the Grey Knights and the Thousand Sons were supposed to be out already, and they were scheduled to be out after the Orcs, so if you include the Sisters Codex, they appear to be at least 4 codexes behind where they were planning on being by this time. So I think it is quite likely we will see Orcs relatively soon, maybe a couple of weeks after the Sisters, and then with perhaps a slightly longer break for the new Age of Sigmar edition, both the Thousand Sons and the Grey Knights sometime in maybe late July or early August. But for today, the Sisters are finally here, and as always, the Codex looks gorgeous. I've said it before and I will say it again, GW, if nothing else, are absolutely smashing it out the park with the artwork all the way through 9th edition, and it is really good to see that they haven't broken that trend with the Sisters. I have seen a few people complain that it looks a little bit more washed out and blurry compared to the other codexes, which I guess I kind of agree with, but to me it kind of fits that whole oil painting artwork style that goes hand in hand with church design, and so really does fit with how I imagine the Sisters of Battle. So honestly, I'm totally fine with that cover. I think it looks amazing. In addition to the Codex, you'll be able to grab not only the incredibly good Morven Val, the High Lord of Terra, who goes up for pre-order as well, but also her fellow armor-clad sisters in the form of the Paragon Warsuits. Now, we have seen a few leaks of points costs around the internet recently, and I think Morven Vahl comes in at around the 250 point tag, which for her rules is genuinely fantastic. I think she is going to be a contender for busiest High Lord ever with all of the battlefields that she is going to be cropping up on. And the Paragon suits are, I believe, about 80 points, but of course we don't know their full rules yet. I'm sure we will find out over the next week, so whether that is too cheap, too expensive, or just right, we will just have to wait and find out. But either way, you can get your hands on them when they go up for pre-order next weekend. Alongside these two, the Celestian Sacrosancts, who you may remember we saw a few weeks ago, are also coming with next week's pre-order. Essentially the Sisters of Battle Blade Guard veterans. I'm really excited to see how they are rules-wise, and to see some get painted up and lined up against my Orcs to see just how potent they can be against the Green Tide. And supporting them, the Dogmata is also going to be available for you to grab. Funnily, GW have used the helmeted option in their preview for this today, which I totally get. The Bearhead still, I think, looks pretty damn awful, and whilst I'm not hugely keen on the overall model and its pose and its look, getting some chaplain style litanies to buff your units will almost certainly make the Dogmata one that you might want to consider adding to your Sororitas forces, either by buying this model or trying to convert it up from something else. Finally, as always, there are some unique data cards and dice for you to pick up, and I actually really love the look of these dice. They look very classic and simplistic, and almost what you'd expect to find in some kind of bare bones, relatively subdued monastery kind of setting. So I do think they really fit with that Sisters of Battle overall aesthetic really well. I will say I'm a bit surprised to not see things like the Castigator tank or the Reliquant at Arms, or most notably no combat patrol box for the Sisters next week. It's very weird, I think, that they don't have at least a combat patrol box, even if the Castigator and the Reliquant at Arms weren't up for pre-order, because in my mind, surely that would be one of the biggest sellers to go along with the Codex, a new combat patrol box. So I do have a funny feeling that next week we will see even more Sisters up for pre-order with the Castigator and the Reliquant, and hopefully a combat patrol. I hope they are doing one and they haven't just decided not to do one for the Sisters. I can't imagine why they wouldn't do one. It doesn't really make any sense to me, but that's just how I think about it. I'm not a businessman. Maybe Games Workshop know more than I do. But anyway, that is it for this evening. What do you think of the Sisters pre-order? Will you be grabbing the Codex and any of the units? And do you think the Sisters are going to be getting a combat patrol box? And if so, what would you like to see in it? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, thank you very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe for more Warhammer content from me, but until next time, I will catch you later, guys.